Hello YouTube, how's everybody?
Okay, and we are live. Thank you all for joining us. Really appreciate it. This is the third installment of our Pranac Pursuit session. This should be the final episode for the crew of the Luna C. Just a couple of reminders to folks that need to get caught up or whatever. You can catch us on the back video catalog on Twitch, or you can catch us over on our YouTube channel, and the link to that is on our Twitch page. So be sure to check that out. If you haven't already done so, please be sure to hit that that follow button. It means a lot to us, and so we will. We really appreciate it. So without any further ado, I'm going to kick it over to the crew and get us right back into the thick of things where we left off. All right, crew, how is everybody this evening? Say hello. Good. Okay, cool. So for the benefit of those that are joining us for the first time, just want to go ahead and go through a quick series of introductions. So I'll start with the captain, Captain Malik. Why don't you go ahead and introduce Captain Malik?
All right. Well, JT playing Captain Malik. He is a charismatic leader, basically, and we're gonna be looking at some of the new roles or new edges rather, and this new updated rule set. So that's me.
Awesome. Hey, and thanks for the reminder, because I totally missed that in the open. So we recently the Savage World Adventure Edition rules were released for Fantasy Grounds. So disclaimer, right? We're going to be playing it for the first time. Now, we've rolled in some of the rules previously. We've been using them week after week, but this is the first time we're actually going to use them native in Fantasy Grounds. So if we screw up or we make a mistake in the rules, well, direct your hate mail to the recycle bin in your Outlook, and maybe we'll get back to you. So moving on from there. Our resident Yeti security officer / quartermaster, Rybax. Why don't you go ahead and introduce Rybax?
So Rybax is he's technically the cook and the logistics officer, and he does back up security because of the nature of his race, and he owes a lot to the captain who recruited him on this ship. He was having a hard time getting on board with other ships.
All right. So joining us after a brief hiatus, he climbed Mount Everest. He slayed Moby Dick, but he's joining us once again. Beatbox 9000, our resident morale officer and medic.
Yep, he said it. I'm Daystar Bad, playing Beatbox 9000. I'm here to drop a beat when necessary and to save people when they take too much damage, which is more frequent than I'd like to see. On my team, anyways.
All right. So, and then immediately adjacent to him, T Prime. T Prime is our tactical operator / special operations specialist. Why don't you go ahead and introduce T Prime?
Greetings. I'm the special operations officer, tactical weapons. My character is basically a warrior type guy, carrying weapons and martial arts skills, and usually scouting out ahead a little bit to check for any issues, then try and keep the party out of trouble from surprises. That's my job.
Awesome. So, and last but certainly not least, our multi-armed engineer of the blue skin variety, Kadura. Why don't you go ahead and introduce Kadura?
Well, they're all multi-armed, but my character has 4 arms. He's an alien Kalian named Kadura, and he's the ship's engineer and main repairman and jack of all trades generally. And this is his first assignment to a real actual ship that can cut through hyperspace. And there's sort of questions as to whether it was his ability that got him there, or sort of his professors just trying to push him through school and getting him away from them.
All All right. So as you can see, we have a very interesting crew loadout. And so let me catch you up on where we are. So I'll just switch over to the Fantasy Ground screen right here so you guys can see. So where we left off, the crew had boarded a vessel that had crash landed on Pranac 4. So
By the way, that was a really good screen change. Like I saw the wipe there.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, so thank you. So the crew had been sent to try to locate the crew of the Distant Light, captained by Stephen Wu, and with first mate Janet James, who were doing who were on a research mission to Pranac 4. Pranac 4 is a somewhat primitive planet, inhabited primarily by a race called the Jalur. And Jalur are a 6-armed race of indigenous creatures that are cold-blooded and require large metal discs to heat their bodies. However, the crew of the Distant Light experienced some kind of electrical distress and were forced to evacuate when their life support systems failed. They landed near a village called Kra and encountered the local indigenous life, only to find out that each one of the villages in this area was also home to some kind of probe, some kind of device that that ultimately they worshipped, kind of like a god. And as Captain Wu and first mate James got the probe that was in Kra working, it actually snatched them up with a tendril and pulled them inside, and then took off. And the crew chased after it, going to a couple different towns along the way to try to find out what was going on, when ultimately they had reached a one town where, they actually observed a rocket trail leading off in this direction. They were informed by the local clan leader that was where the Trasar was. And that the Jalur typically don't go there because it's a cold, frigid region high in the mountains. And so they followed it. They found a large kind of circular spacecraft half embedded in the mountain. They managed to scale it, open the hatch, go inside, when they were greeted by a voice that basically told them that that they had to help repair the ship, and then if they did so, they'd get a reward. And as they kind of got their bearings, they realized that Captain Wu and first mate James were also here aboard the Trasar. And we're busy trying to attend to some repairs. And so that's kind of where we're going to pick up. So crew, do you guys have any questions before we get started?
Yes, actually. Is it any warmer in the ship? Or because we're inside it now, aren't we? Inside the
you
device,
are.
at least.
Yes, you're inside the ship. There's a large rectangular platform that you guys scaled up, which is where the repairs need to be performed. Okay, you guys are at the top of that platform. You've made it to the top. That's where you see. So when you first came in, you came in kind of on a ledge, right? And you could see across to the other side, and there was like a ravine. And then there was this other platform, right, which is where the captain and the first mate were working, and you could see them from the other side. You guys ultimately made your way down and up to the top of the platform, and so you were basically instructed by the voice that echoes throughout the ship that you wouldn't be allowed to leave until you finish the repairs, but if you finish the repairs, then you'd be given a reward. So that's basically where we are. And with you are Triton, who is the Jalur scout that has been with you for a while now, and also Smarty S331, who is the kind of protocol droid, more or less. He is a kind of an engineer slash. He's not so much engineer. He is an exploration and science robot. Tall, humanoid-looking robot. And then the other robot that you remember that you encountered was E847, referred to as Great 8, and he's the one with that is currently back on your ship, desperately in need of repairs. So he was damaged in the pod crash. So let me go ahead and share with you the map, so that you guys can see kind of what you got going on here. So hold on, I'm gonna have to adjust this so that our friends following at home can have a suitable view. There we go. So, as you climb up to the top of the ledge, you see what looks like a series of pods. There are 4 pods, 2 large kind of storage units, and then what look like some gas cylinders. And then you also see 6 total. 4 in the immediate vicinity, and then 2 down the far end of the pods that you saw at the villages. Okay, so that's what you see, and then to your to the right of the map, but to your left, you see 2 large containment units, 2 small kind of cargo containers, and then a couple of workbenches, and then what look like computers or workstation terminals. And then below the medical, or below the the pods and the storage units, you see what look like 2 kind of data storage devices. There's a door a little bit further down on your left, but the right, to your character's right. And then there's also a door that Captain Wu and Janet James are standing in front of, seemingly trying to get open at this point. So there we go.
All right, we hollered out to him last time. All right, I'll approach the 2 NPCs then. Captain Stefan and First Mate.
I think I have the wrong character loaded, because it's not the one that I remade, that I have loaded up on the top. I'm looking at my old profile, and I still have like lock picking and stuff. I mean, what did we? I'm not sure. Are we playing with the new characters?
Sorry. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I was totally muting. So, yes, I can fix that. Hang on. Let me just go ahead and get rid of that, and then go ahead and put you in the combat tracker. Okay. Okay, you should be good now, T Prime. So if you pull up your character,
I still see my guy on the map as the old character.
Oh yeah, no, I just sorry, hold on. There we go, and 1 second, and I will put your new character out there.
Probably the same with any of us that made new characters.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, I
okay.
just made a couple tweaks to mine. You could just remove the edges.
Okay, hold on. All right, bear with me just 1 second. Let me.
Sure.
Little bit of cleanup. I apologize, guys. We had to make some changes, so let me see here. Okay, so T prime. That is the correct one.
Does
Yes,
anybody
that
have
looks
any
correct.
jokes?
Yeah. So were there any changes to beatbox or no? I don't think so.
No.
Okay. Okay, let me just delete that. Delete this. Let me go.
Anyone got any
here,
jokes to amuse the audience while we wait?
here.
What do we want? Time travel. When do we want it? That's irrelevant.
All right. Okay. All right. So I think we should be. Hold on. I think we should be in business here. And then let me just delete that token and then drag your new one here. All right. Everybody, go ahead and take a look. You should be good now. Apologize for the delay. A little bit of house cleaning, as I mentioned, but everybody should be in good working order now. So, with that behind us, what did you guys want to do? You yelled out to them. They seem kind of fixated on trying to, well, so their reaction is this. So they're enthusiastic to see you. Okay, they're excited to see you, but they're focused on what they're doing. And you think that they're focused on what they're doing because they're equally trapped here within this ship. And so, so eventually food and water will run out, right? And so they're focused on doing what they need to do to try to get out of here.
And our ship is just right outside, correct?
Yeah, you're not like right outside. So there's like an ice shelf, right? And this ship is kind of crashed into it, but you found a spot on an ice shelf to land. I mean, it's close enough, but it's not an excessive walk. Yes.
Okay. And the AI spoke to us, so yeah, I'm gonna walk over to Captain Stefan Wu and Janet James.
I follow the captain.
Okay, so just
I follow right back.
So basically, what the AI said to you was, it said, let's see, welcome travelers and mechanics. I am Trasar of the Trigwan. Damaged systems are identified on the lighted platforms. It is to your advantage to proceed with repairs with all haste. And then you guys kind of made your way up here, and then I think at one point you guys asked why was it to our advantage. It said repair first, then reward, and then it kept repeating that. Repair first, then reward.
Yep.
Tell us of the reward first, then repair.
Repair first, then reward.
So,
I don't know what to do. I'm not really.
I thought you were like fixing stuff, just because you're like, oh, broke stuff. Let's get in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I got 4 empty hands.
Exactly. I wanted to just run up to the. I think I was just running right up to the closest probes, which looks like 1 and 2.
So if you look kind of straight towards the captain, or sorry, to Captain Wu and the first mate James, there's a blue, kind of slashed area here. That's a display, all right? And on the display you see a series of like flashing red lights that indicate that some things are broken. So if you wanted to try to figure out what exactly is broken, then you could head down to that panel and try to figure out what it says, or you could get closer to the captain and first mate and see what they know.
Captain, would now be a good time for Beatbox to show his balls to these computer forms?
I defer to Beatbox on that one.
My balls are my own, but they're open for anyone who's willing to look.
Your balls are open? I don't see the metaphor. There must be something I'm missing.
All right.
Captain, permission to sprint over to the nearest display and see what the hell is going on here.
Yeah, have at it. Let's figure out what's broken, what the AI wants us to fix.
I'll
So
stride
you
right
guys
over to
can
it.
you guys can move freely to where the the first mate and the captain are. There's nothing that will obstruct your travel. So if you wanted to move, you can feel free to do that. I'll go ahead and move Prighton and Smarty. But those that wish to stay behind are free to do so as well.
Okay. I basically just asked Captain Stefan. What all's happened here? What's going on?
Thank goodness you're here. We're in quite a mess here. This tracer thing, basically locked us in here. I think the same things happened with you guys. It from what we got from the panel, it says that propulsion, sensors, and communications are all down. And so, so we presumed that all that thing keeps saying is repair first, then reward. But, we presume that they're behind these doors, but they don't seem to want to open for us. So somebody's going to have to help us force them open.
Force open a door, you say?
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
We don't have any tools, so we've been just trying to muscle it open, and frankly, between the two of us, we haven't been able to get the doors open.
Okay. Then I'm gonna call out to the AI. Trasar, are you an intelligent AI?
Trasar is a Model 6000B, advanced in artificial intelligence.
How advanced? And how intelligent? We don't have any tools. If you release us, I can go get tools. And maybe we can fix this ship up for you.
Trasar doesn't feel that releasing you is a prudent effort at this point. You must succeed with what you've brought.
Well, had we done our tests prior, we would have been better prepared. If we just starve to death, then you're just going to remain here broke.
What?
Until, however...
Sorry, it responds with, what is the challenge? What is the problem that you cannot overcome?
We have no tools. We have no food. We have no water.
Tools are provided on the workbenches.
That's the wrong tools.
I'm gonna go over to a workbench. Take a look around. What's on the workbenches?
There's this, there's basically a pair of toolboxes. One that seems to be specifically related to electrical devices, and the other is a series of, rather traditional hand tools. You think they were originally designed for, for a larger species, like physically. Because they're bulky and heavy, but they would suffice for like manual tasks.
Okay.
I want to call Mother. Can I get a message out?
You can try. So what do you say?
Come in.
Yes, Cap. External transmissions are not allowed.
Okay.
Override. Password swordfish.
Password not acknowledged.
Oh, but that means there's a password, Captain. Okay, here we go. I've done this before. Password 0000.
Damn.
Password not
0001.
acknowledged.
Damn.
Damn.
This is a fruitless effort.
You're fruitless.
Yes, I am. I am an artificial intelligence.
Is there any information on this display that I can see that can tell me more about what repairs need to be done specifically?
Yeah, basically it says that that each of the respective systems appear to be there appears to be an electrical anomaly across all three systems, and that the control panels are located inside of control room J.
And where's control room J?
You're not sure. So there's no map provided. It's just, it basically says, system interfaces located in control room J.
Okay. Disembodied computer. Where's control room J?
I believe members of your party are standing in front of it.
Ah. They're not with us. We don't know. We didn't bring those people to the party, man.
They are with you now. You will all share the same fate. Repair first, then reward. Repair first, then reward.
Alright. Ryback, you think you can get that door open?
I'd like to try, Captain.
There's some big tools over there.
Well, the door won't. The door is not opening for us presently, GM.
Correct. The door.
Do these doors have locks?
So here's what you see. You see you see Captain Wu and First Mate James like pushing at it, and it's just not budging at all. Right. So no further inspection has been performed on the door.
All right. I'll step up to the Ryback's will step up to the door, and he wants to just appraise it real quick to see where he put his big chompers.
It looks like it's a magnetic lock door, and there are two kind of pieces that come together, and one seems to overlap the other one just slightly.
Okay.
There's a left and a right half.
So I'll see, Captain, if you will help me. I think I can do it.
Is there a lock? Maybe I can try picking.
I defer to T Prime if he can open it with his
Captain.
technological savviness.
Okay.
Yep.
Grenade, Captain.
Not yet. Save those.
Give the word, Captain.
So T Prime, why don't you get closer and then give me a notice roll, please.
Coming right up.
All right. Yeah, there appears to be some kind of a it's not a traditional control panel. It seems to be there's a screen which is currently blank, and then below it is a circular hole, which you presume may be for some type of key.
Would like to try lock picking.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a thievery roll. New Savage World Adventure Edition thievery roll. It seems a little tricky. You don't seem to get it.
For
okay.
another reroll.
Sure, go ahead.
I'm having a little trouble trying to spend them.
You're also encumbered, so I don't know why you're encumbered. Let me take a look. But in order to use a Benny, just go, just grab one of the bennies from your sheet, and you can just drag it right to. I mean, I can do it for you, but you can just drag it right to the chat window.
There you go. By the
hang on a second. Yeah, let me check your encumbrance. Yeah, you're over encumbered, and primarily.
Sure.
Let's see. You got. Let's see. Yeah. you don't have too much stuff. But go ahead and give yourself a +2, and we can sort out your encumbrance later. Go ahead and give yourself a +2 in the modifier, and then re-roll that roll.
Okay. Thievery.
All right. No, it's still a little tricky. Maybe if somebody with an engineering background would give you a hand, you think maybe you could figure it out.
Could Rybix try it out?
Sure.
Do you have?
I was gonna use unskilled.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. So this is your bailiwick, right? Last time we did this, you got like a 37 on an unskilled trait roll. So let's see how that goes.
Lucky. All right.
That was with the spaghetti wire.
Ooh, no, not this time. Looks like you're gonna need somebody with an engineering background. So let's see.
Well, when I fail to lockpick it, I slam the door, and now I want to give it a try manually.
Okay. So give me a strength or athletics, probably strength for you.
Yeah.
I heard there's a galley on the other side.
Yeah, with a -4, please,
And a
for
crock
difficulty.
-4. -4. All right, here we go.
All right, you managed to muscle it open, and it's quite a feat of strength. The door was magnetically held, and you managed to kind of bust it open. So let me just reveal what you see in here. So the door comes open, and you see a large device to your character's right, and then a series of 3 control panels, to your left. So that's what you see.
Okay.
Cool.
Just for flavor, do I need to hold the door open, or did I go ahead and completely jam it into the hinges?
It will need to be spiked. It will need to be held some way or another.
Well, I can hold it.
Or you could hold it. Yeah, that's an option too.
They could go crawl under my legs.
I could shove these lockpicks in there because they've been real helpful.
Yeah, maybe.
That's all I got.
Katura, T Prime, Captain. There's technological kiosks in this room.
I will dive in, not dive, but I will, step into the room while he's got the doors held open for that moment.
Yep.
While they figure out a way to get them doors staying open. Do I notice anything specific about these consoles and this container object thing sort of in the north corner?
They seem to be designed for a much larger species, very similar to kind of how the tools were oriented previously, to where what would normally be a button that you would press with your finger would be something you'd have to smash with your fist to interact with. But
senior phones, I get it.
yeah, the what is it called, the jitterbug or whatever the hell that phone was called. And then each one of them has a kind of a panel, like a plaque on it, and they and the plaques basically read the plaques read that they are.
I'm sorry.
All right. So the plaques read propulsion, sensors, and communications. However, they all appear to be currently offline. They're not powered on.
This thing in the corner here, is this a PDU or something?
Go ahead
Power
and
distribution unit.
yeah, go ahead and give me a notice roll or investigation. It does appear to be some kind of power system, maybe a generator of some kind, but it too appears to be offline.
Did I notice a on switch?
No. You did notice that the lower door seems to be open slightly. And
Is that some sort of an access panel you're referring to?
Yeah, that's how you would interpret it. It seems to be open slightly, as if maybe somebody else tried to make repairs, and kind of, yeah. It seems to be open just a little bit, but it's not. There's no other indication. You'd have to open it more to really get a look inside and see what's going on with it.
All right, Captain. Before we enter this, before we check this further and start powering up, although those consoles are down powered, those Trasar probes, were they offline? Because this power may restore power to them as well.
The probes are the actual, what they were referring to as metal sages, correct? I think that's
Yes.
right. So we know one.
Yeah,
brought
those
to
are.
be, and there's
Yep.
5 others.
Yeah, so there's a total of 6 of them. They're kind of in these little like docks on the wall, you know. So they, so they have when you saw them in the towns, they have 5 like metallic legs, and the legs are like socketed into the wall to where like the point is sticking out.
Okay. Hey, B-Box and Smarty. You want to go check out those probes, see if they're on, and check out those big containers in the north as well. See if you can tell what those are used for. Captain Stefan and First Mate Janet James, if you want to get in here and start working on this stuff, that's fine. But I'd rather figure out what's going on.
Captain, after I finish evaluating these, I could take a stab at repairing them. I've been around machines, fiddling with them, destroying them, and putting them back together mostly my whole existence. So I wouldn't mind trying to repair it after I finish your priority task, of course.
Yep. And just checking, are you flirting with the probes or?
What? Shut up, nothing.
Just checking.
All right, so Captain Wu and First Mate James begin kind of, so Captain Wu opens up that maintenance hatch, and when he does, a series of wires just spills out onto the floor, and he looks up and he goes,
Spaghetti.
"Oh man."
Who said spaghetti?
And then First Mate James yells over, "This panel is offline. It's offline. I don't know what you expect me to do with it, but can you turn it on?"
Is she talking to us?
We're working on it.
She's
Try to
just
turn it on.
talking to pretty much everybody.
Gotcha.
Do I recognize anything on?
You recognize that it. Well, go ahead and give me a repair roll. I'll tell you what you recognize.
Hey, I am still really cold.
Yep. Yeah. So that's gonna be for a little bit longer. You haven't quite thawed out yet.
Broken.
So you notice that it is, it doesn't appear to be getting power for some reason. There appears to be a maintenance hatch on it as well, towards the bottom. But none of the indicator lights are illuminated. And where there should be a display is just a blank black screen. So Beatbox, as you approach the probes, they appear to be online, meaning functioning. However, they appear to be in some kind of almost like stasis, like they're in like low power mode. and they're, you know, so there are a series of like indicator lights that flash on them periodically. Primarily one that is red, and it's almost a rhythmic pulse, right? It's like doop, 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 doop. And then there's a blue kind of inner ring that, you know, that kind of pulses as well. It kind of goes vroom, vroom. So like that, you see that blue ring pulse, and then that red light just keeps flashing in a, you know, in a regular pattern.
All right.
Otherwise it doesn't seem to react to your presence in any way.
Got it. And I'm guessing they're either docked or they're plugged in to the walls somehow.
Yeah, I mean, it almost seems like I said, like they're socketed, you know, as if like, okay, you know, the legs that they use, that they stood on when they were in town, are just embedded in the wall.
Got it.
Actually, let me go ahead and orient them the way that they actually are. There we go. I can do that.
Oh.
So they're kind of like that. Okay. Sorry, I meant it. So they're kind of socketed in the wall.
Gotcha.
They look like boobs.
Okay. All right. So Captain Wu is going to try a repair roll. And that is a critical failure. So what happens is he takes a pair of wires, and he's like, I think I got it. And he puts the two of them together, and a pulse of electrical energy courses through him, and he falls to the ground, and he stops moving.
You all right?
He is unresponsive.
I'll step over and.
All right, he won't.
Has he released the cables?
Yeah. So when he fell to the floor, the cables fell as well.
Does he have a wallet?
I'll start my self-aid buddy care.
All right. So you want to just treat him until he comes around, or you want to drag him out of the way, or how do you want to handle it?
Well, I want to check. So the first part is, you know, obviously check. See what's going on.
He's got a pulse. He is breathing, but he appears to be unconscious.
All right. Then I'll drag him back a little bit and ask. Well, I'll just drag him back a little bit. I'll do the minimum. Well, you said he's breathing. He has a pulse. So
yeah. He just
unconscious.
Yeah, he appears to just be unconscious.
All right, I'll give him a smack.
Quadrant says, I think he was right by looking at the power for this place. He may have just had the wrong wire. No, I think I know what he was doing.
Okay, I'm gonna step outside after smacking the captain, yeah.
Oh damn.
Also,
he broke his neck.
Right.
No.
Yeah. So Kadura, you so it takes a little while. It takes about 2 hours, maybe 3. You know, of you kind of being in there, you know, patching things together. But yeah, you absolutely get this. What you have now figured out is a generator, you know, back online, and it roars to life. And you hear it kind of spool up, and there's a, you know, kind of methodic kind of hum to it as it, you know, as it comes online. So
you said it took 3 hours?
Yeah, it was a complex task.
Okay. In that 3 hours, I would basically be walking around with B-Box studying everything in this room. The canisters that are up in the north east, the gas tubes in the northwest, and basically getting, you know, looking at all the tools, getting an idea of what's around here.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So we can start with so So the upper left corner, and I'll just kind of move the stream over there so they can see as well. So these devices appear to be some kind of stasis pods, or some kind of containment devices. And then the large, so they're larger than a human, as you can see. They're designed to contain larger species. They are currently empty. And then the cylinders in the back are marked with a chemical formula that you're unfamiliar with. But they appear to be piped into the pods. So, so there's piping that runs between those cylinders and those pods. The other containers have a marking on them, and then below that marking it says hazardous species. And then the two kind of devices below that appear to be like data storage devices of some kind. So that's what you get from that group of stuff.
Dora pokes his head out, his eyes are wide. He says, "Did you say hazardous species?"
Nope. That's not what I said. I said
Let me know if you
haphazard.
find some. His head goes back in.
I said feces.
Oh, feces, ew.
Yeah, somebody. Yeah, it's gross.
Humans are weird.
Okay.
I look at Rybax and I just sort of shake my head. Maybe like,
Okay. So and then on the other side, these appear to be specimen containers of some kind. So the two larger containers seem to have markings on them that would indicate that they're biological specimen containers. And then the smaller containers, the little kind of tube style containers that you see laying diagonally, they appear to be like non-biological sample containers, right? So without opening them up, it'd be difficult to know exactly what's inside, but they read non-biological on them. And then, as I mentioned, you see the two workbenches, and then what appear to be kind of some type of computers next to each of the workbenches.
I'd like to go and inspect the workbenches and the I guess those two non-biologicals in the north corner.
Okay, go ahead and head over there.
I'm just gonna look. Not trying
Sure.
to press any button.
Sure. So the workbenches, there are assorted tools. As I mentioned, one, there are basically two kind of tool boxes on them. One of them has what appear to be tools designed for working around electrical systems, a soldering gun, clips that you would use for joining cables and things like that. And then the other one is filled with like larger than human size hand tools, saw, hammer, an axe, things like that, screwdrivers, those types of things.
But all for large creatures.
I think we found Rybax's people.
Yeah, larger than human size. I mean, the hammer is excessively heavy for a human to use. It's not unwieldy. You could use it if you wanted to, but it is, so what would be equivalent to a sledgehammer is the equivalent, of what you would assume the hand hammer looks like. And then in the non-biological containers, there appears to be a lock on them, and they appear to be sealed.
Well, there's somebody among us was a common thief.
That'd be me.
Wow. You just come right out and say it.
Yeah. Well, lockpicking.
Captain,
That's
are
about
you
as
going to
it gets.
abide the thief on our ship?
I mean, all skills are useful.
It's very progressive of you, Captain.
So did you want to try to open those up or no?
What? The two things on the floor?
Yeah, the non-biological.
No.
I mean, they appear to be closed and locked.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna leave them locked.
Okay.
I'm not opening anything that's... No.
Okay. So is there anything else that anybody wants to do before the 3 hours required to get the generator online elapses?
I'll bring the toolbox down to
Yes. Randomly throw EMP grenades.
Kadora. I was gonna bring the toolbox to him.
I'm sure that will be extremely helpful in getting computer systems back online. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that idea. Say
Okay,
that.
no, that's fine. That's one vote against. Now that's 1-1.
You play EMP catch with beatbox.
Idea? What do you say?
I'm just handing you the toolbox and seeing if that can be any use to you.
Kadura, you look at the tools and you think that these tools should help you speed up further repairs of electrical systems, and also give you a bonus to, to being successful in those repairs.
Really? Sweet. Okay. I will take them and sort of do two times his arm strength is enough arm strength to use the tools quite effectively. You know, the two-handed hammer becomes,
a mallet.
He still has space to grab another tool at the same time.
We've gone to an unhealthy level in the chat, by the way.
Yeah.
So.
Sure.
All right. Anyway, all right. Is there anything else anybody would like to do before the 3 hours elapses?
T-Prime.
Yeah.
Pull him over and kind of quietly, like, do you have any way to sabotage or rig something? I don't like these probes, and obviously hazardous species, whatever.
Yeah.
What?
Kind of makes me nothing.
Captain, what?
Makes me a little nervous.
Yeah. Well, as far as the probes, it might be, if it seems like they're locked into position, if it's a way that we can possibly remove them from those power sources prior to activation, that might be one way. Another would be to just outright disable by destroying them. Maybe go around and actually put a couple rounds in them. That usually silences some things. As far as the hazardous feces containers, it might be best to
say hazardous feces containers.
I don't know. I'm talking, whispering to the captain, so that and saying I believe that we can. I think at those. I mean, those are the. Wait, these are the square ones on the left, or the round ones up in the north? Okay,
the square ones on the left.
Okay. I think, at this point, I'm not really sure if we can we'll take a look at that. Let me go see if I can make any assessment of, maybe I can see if they need power or they're already self-powered. And if so, we'll power, if they're unpowered. I would like to take a look and see if I can notice anything about those containers in detail, okay?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a notice roll.
Surely coming up. Notice.
They look to be currently running on battery power. They don't seem to be getting power from the ship. They seem to be running on battery power.
They're getting their own support on power.
And you would say that their battery life is probably about, I don't know, a quarter. remaining.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. What else do I see about them besides the battery and that they're self-powered? Is there any locking mechanism?
Yeah, there definitely is. So there appears to be, there appears to be like a door where something can be placed inside, and the top also seems to be hinged to where it could be opened. So something could be lowered from the top, or it could be inserted from the side.
Well, Captain, it's possible that it might be two ways of looking at this situation. They're currently held on. Are these locked? Can I tell if it's?
Yeah, they're currently locked.
All right. So I return back to the captain, but for all intents and purposes, quick untamed. Captain, these containers are on self-run battery power. They are down a little bit towards the quarter power, so eventually they're going to run down. It may be to a point where a tactical might be to examine one, and we need to have obviously a critical fire situation that may need to be presented, and one at a time versus them unlocking in pairs or tandem. So it doesn't seem that they're unlocked at the moment.
Right.
So the droids or the sensors, these probes, we can either disable by going around and putting rounds into them now while there's no power to the main situation, or we can remove them from the sockets. Maybe that could work. I'm not sure if that's possible. I have to take a look. Let me see about that. I'm going to run over and take a look at one of them.
Okay, so you've been like all over the place, so I'm going to say that, kind of the 3 hours will elapse following this event, okay?
Sure.
All right. So go ahead and give me a notice roll on that tracer probe. Okay. So you think that basically the way that it's oriented, the legs are in some kind of a socket, like a light socket almost. And the legs had you remember from seeing them that they had like prongs on them, okay? That they they were hinged, right? But they were like almost like a shark fin that comprised like a knee, to where when the legs were hinged, but it flares out, and you would think that maybe they use these to attach to the wall, number one, but two, to draw in high volumes of power.
All right. Well, and then I'm going to head back to the captain. That's it.
Okay. So Kadura, success. How do you announce it to the group?
Computer, turn on the heat.
No, that was the other captain. Sorry. No. All right. Yeah. So the generator kicks on, and as I mentioned, there's an ambient hum of electricity that now fills the room. And when that happens, you hear the consoles begin to power up. So first mate James yells over, "It looks like it's starting up."
I yell out, computer, repairs complete, reward?
Repairs incomplete.
Damn. Okay, so, well, now we might be able to go over down to these three consoles and connect some of the wires, see if there's a power in the maintenance panel that you were mentioning before. I bet we can get these three things online. I stick my head out real quick and I say, progress! And then I go back in.
And the response you hear is, repairs incomplete. Primary systems still offline.
Well, you don't have to rub it in my face.
And so Beatbox, give me a notice roll.
I am but one amazing four-armed man.
Okay. Yeah, so you that same looks normal to you. So Kadura, the console that you're standing in front of is the console for communications, and it appears to be kind of stuck in some kind of a boot loop, and so it loads up partially, and then it gets to a Windows 95 screen, and then it blue screens, and then it crashes.
Well, at least it's not Vista.
There you go.
Well, I think I have my my Hiron's Boot CD on me. We might be able to salvage this.
It only has a 3.5-inch floppy. Just like you.
That's
just kidding.
That's definitely smaller than me. But I don't have a 3.5-inch floppy, right, guys? Yeah. Well, let's try the other computer. See if any of them actually boot up.
All right. So you want to move over to another console?
Yeah. I remember the communication sensors and like propulsion or whatever. I want to go over to the propulsion one.
If you're talking again, Mega, we don't hear you.
Sorry, I have to manually toggle the mic, because my whatever. So I'm good now. But anyway, it is in a similar state, except for this one seems to be getting a little bit further along in its startup process. But but it comes up to a screen and it says critical failure, electrical disturbance, and then it fails.
It's looking pretty good. Electrical disturbance, maybe there's a power balance issue or something like that. Can I just blah blah reroute it? Maintenance panel.
Yeah.
Around the maintenance panel, you can start plugging things into other things.
So I believe I believe that name in the chat is Fermion, and so it says turn it off and back on again, and that may be a good choice. So Fermion, thanks for the suggestion.
It powers on, so we are absolutely sure it's plugged in.
Yeah, it's coming up to the loading screen. It starts, and then it fails, and then it restarts. But you're gonna have to spend some time. So there is a maintenance hatch in the bottom, but you're gonna have to inspect the panel to see if you can identify where the problem is.
Okay. If Windows 95 is a separate skill, I can use my computer to get proficiency in the skill for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, Windows 95 is a new skill in the Adventure Edition. It was just released. So
you have to get an edge to even be good at it.
Yeah,
it's called humiliate.
Yes, that's it.
Humiliate.
Yes, that's the edge.
I was thinking of taking
also,
that edge. I don't have it.
If it would have taken 3 hours, I probably would have drugged the captain out to have Beatbox take a look at him.
Yeah. So.
Nah, you were doing other things.
Yeah. So
3 hours on time.
So he eventually kind of comes around, but he's very groggy. He says, "What happened?"
You put two wires together that shouldn't have done that. So clearly, you're not the electrician.
Well, I mean, I'm a captain, and he is very, very matter-of-factly. He's like, I'm the captain of the Distant Light, and
yeah, you should know what you're good at and what you suck at.
He sounds like a pilot then.
I stick my head out of the room. Oh!
Yeah. So he, you know, so he's
Ignore the pilot.
he still seems very groggy. He seems like he's, you know, he's still kind of out of it. He doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I'll have what he's having.
Okay, so all right, so Kadura, you know, did you want to take a run at trying to repair this? Which of the three? So you could see now, you know, the one that you're in front of is propulsion. The one in the middle is sensors, and the one to the end is communications.
Okay, so propulsion might propel us somewhere we don't necessarily want to be. Communications would be nice, but I think sensors are most important just to make sure there's no creepy crawlies coming up on us. I get to try to repair the sensors, which I think are the middle ones.
Yes.
Now, I do have the tools, so what kind of bonus do I get to these repair rolls?
You get a +2.
Oh, sweet. That will work out to a +1. Unless the heat did come on, and thus I lose my fatigue. I mean, it's been 3 hours.
Yeah, you can go ahead and remove your fatigue now. You've successfully warmed up. Especially now that the generator is running in that room, it's starting to warm up.
With 4 hands, I can get a lot more friction going quicker, as well.
Cuddle the Wookiee. I mean the Yeti.
I did it, Captain.
Good job.
Yeah.
What did the sensors detect?
Your mama's ass, Captain.
It's a beautiful sight. So
How long does it take to repair, though? It might take a little while. Because the main generator took like 3 hours, and I got an 18 on that.
You're muted again.
As you start working on it, you're a little bit discouraged because this one seems like it's going to take quite a long time. There's significant damage. You have to reroute power to actually use the power from the generator properly. It's, you know, 3 of the different subsystems are offline, and it's going to take you about 6 hours to repair this. However, you think that, you know, because you've got these fancy new tools, you could probably, you know, lower that to about 4, but that's optimal.
Captain, is there a flat wall over there you can use to project a movie or something? This might take a minute. Might want to watch a trilogy, something. Lord of the Rings.
I don't know if Beatbox loaded anything up, but you know.
He says Lord of the Rings, and then he pokes his head into the maintenance panel for a second. Takes his head out. Better make that the extended edition, Captain.
Okay. So what did you guys want to do while he's working on that panel, or did you want somebody else to work on a different panel at the same time, or do you want to just go one panel at a time?
Rybax, get in here.
Rybax will give it a try.
What's First Mate Janet James doing? Is she worthless in this, basically?
Well, let's just see.
I'd also ask Smarty to see if he can help.
I'd love to give it a try too.
Get in there.
All right.
So
While he's doing that, I'm checking out the door.
Janet James is not an engineer, so she's gonna, you know, but she'll give it a go on the communications panel. So here we go. Nailed it.
Not an engineer, clearly.
Yeah. Well, thanks for following, Fermion. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Fermion.
That's awesome. Anyway, so she nailed it. So for her, you know, she without any tools, you think she's going to be able to get it done in about the same amount of time as you. So within 4 hours, you should have both of these panels online. So she looks over to you and she goes, I think I got it. Yeah, it's I figured out what it is. I just have to put these things together and bypass this, and we should be in business. I'll need a while though, but I think I got it. and you hear out from the hallway, Captain Wu, way to go, James. Always know I could count on you.
Can you?
All right. So, Beatbox, did you want to try to? Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
I would love to.
Yeah, go ahead and try your repair roll. So that is propulsion.
All right. Let's see if I can. Whoa, nope.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, it is a complex system that you are unfamiliar with.
I want to spend a Benny to re-roll that.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on. How do I spend this Benny?
Just drag your Benny right into the chat from your character sheet. That's probably the easiest way. There you go.
Ching. All right. Let's try that again.
Better.
A little better. Yeah.
Giving out some bennies for some good role play. Here we go. And there we go. All right. So yes, yours is gonna take about 6 hours though. So there'll be about a 2 hour gap between when the other two are finished and when you are.
Unlike these flesh bags, I know how to caress mine. Get the most out of it, you know.
Yeah. Oh no doubt. You got away with the panels. All right. So
ultimately, that'll be all three, correct?
It would be, yeah. So the first two, which would be communications and sensors, will come on first, and then there'll be a 2 hour time period between that and the propulsion. So based on based on how long, based on the success of the rolls. XBGT1, welcome to the stream. Hey, thanks for joining us. So what did you guys want to do while that was happening? Obviously, the folks that are focused on working on the panels have to stay and do what they're doing. But the rest of you guys, what did you want to do?
I was just going to check out this door again. I know we kind of looked at it last time, but now with power on, is there any way that it looks like we might be able to either hack or pry, do anything with this door at all?
So that's actually where you guys came up, right? So that's where the ladder is. There is another door, which, for benefits of the stream is kind of on the left of the map. It looks like a very small room, based on just where the walls are, unless it leads to another area. And then there's a small kind of staircase leading to it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll check that out as well.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a notice roll.
Okay.
I agree. Yes, Greg is the worst, according to the chat. All right. Yeah, T Prime. All of you except for Rybax. You guys notice. So, all right, I'll explain it this way. Captain Malik notices that the door is very similar to the previous one, with its left and right sides, a minor overlap. Yeah. It seems magnetic. T Prime, you notice the console again, but this time when you look at the you see the little console, and then below it is a circle. You notice that it almost looks as if a key has been broken off in it. That something was put in there and then broken off, and there's just a little tiny bit of it sticking out. So what was just a vacant circle in the previous, now it has a partial key stuck in it.
So can we essentially use that to pick this lock there, T Prime? Here, let me get out of the way.
Okay, let me try, Captain.
All right, because there is the partial key in there, why don't you go ahead and get a +1 to try to pick it. So go ahead.
All right, use all the pluses I get. No. I make it worse.
Yeah, so you managed to push the fractional key in further, and it kind of falls, in a little bit and down, and now it would be difficult to extract. But yeah, that's what happens. So yeah.
I'll
Otherwise,
try and Benny it again if you want.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay, let's see if we can do that. And no plus, I guess. All right.
Oh, there we go. All right, cool. So you managed. Basically, what you do is you take a like a small piece of cloth, and you jam it up against the hole where the little piece is, and you manage to put enough pressure on it to turn it with the cloth. And you hear the console. It goes beep beep beep, and then the doors. You hear a very distinct like as the mag lock releases. The door is still closed, but now the panel lights up and there's a green button on the panel. It's about a 3-inch circle on the button or on the panel.
Oh, okay. What does that mean? I'm sorry.
So when you looked at it, there was a panel, okay, like almost the size of an iPad, okay. Below that is the circle. You manage to take a piece of cloth, jam it up against that that circle, and turn it, and you hear a sound that makes it sound as if the magnetic lock was released. Okay. And then on the iPad, right, there's a 3-inch circle, green circle on the iPad.
Okay.
Hey, thanks for the follow, XBGT1. We really appreciate it.
Press the circle.
Okay, so you press the circle, and you hear the doors slide open, revealing a new console, and this one has a different label on it than the ones you've seen previously. If you want to get closer and take a look, I'll tell you what it says if you go give me a notice roll.
Sure. I'll notice. Let me notice roll that.
This console says artificial intelligence.
Oh, what up, Trasar? Need that EMP grenade.
And so as soon as the door opens, you hear a voice. That is an unauthorized area. Please leave now. That is an unauthorized area. Please leave now. Unauthorized entry will be met with force.
We must enter in order to perform repairs that you requested.
The console behind that door is not damaged.
May we access that one?
This conversation's boring.
So
we're gonna have company.
Are you really going to do that?
No, I only follow the captain's orders.
I didn't order you not to do it.
Fair
I was
point.
not instructed to do it, sorry.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and there we go. So that's the AI console. I'll just put a little T next to it so that you guys know that that's where it is.
Captain, what do you want to do?
I wouldn't mind getting one of them EMP grenades and having it ready for this room just in case. I don't know what his reward is, but I still don't trust it.
Okay. How hard does it look like to damage this console?
Let's see. How hard would it be to damage the console?
That laser submachine gun might put some holes in it.
It doesn't look like it's too difficult. Like it would be too difficult. I mean, it doesn't look very difficult at all.
So I say we leave, but we jam this door open as well.
There you go.
Okay.
So we'll step out as instructed, but maintain that the door stays open.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you manage to step out of the door, and you jam it behind, and you see the door like keeps trying to close. It's like so now it's making a series of kind of open and close sounds as it desperately tries to close.
Yep.
It says the AI comes back and says, I'm detecting a malfunction with door Bravo 2.
Oh, do you want us to come in there and fix it? Because, you just kicked us out. It's kind of rude.
No, I will have one of my probes repair it. If it becomes a problem. It's not going to become a problem, will it?
Not unless it
Sure
starts
don't
trying to
work.
probe us.
And all right, yeah. So so this this probe comes down and aligns right here, trying to get towards the door. Sorry, it moves forward, releases a tendril. And what did you jam the door with?
It'd just be one of the tools off the tool bench.
All right, so it releases a tendril, extracts the tool, and the door is closed.
Right. But can we now open that door kind of at will?
Yeah. So the lock mechanism has been disabled, and so the green button remains on the panel. So the probe returns back to its docking point. Captain Malik, give me a notice roll.
Ugh.
Okay.
I'll burn a Benny on that just to,
Okay.
because I like noticing things. Never mind.
All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, so the AI says, please stick to the repair activity. We wouldn't want this to get messy.
I'm gonna whisper to T Prime that maybe we should get a EMP grenade and just kind of be standing by this door while just in case it gets messy.
Sure, agreed. I'll have to get it from Fedora.
Yep. And then after that, I'm fine just waiting until everything's fixed.
Yeah,
If
and
nobody else wants to do
Captain,
anything.
check on the
So-
battery levels of those containers.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go do that. So it was originally at a quarter, so it's been several hours now. What are we at?
You're about,
Quarter.
no, you're about a tenth.
Okay, cool.
Fedora, I need
Yes,
one of your
it's just hang out
grenades.
here. What? Jeez.
Captain wanted me to get one of the grenades for an in-case maneuver.
Oh. What kind do you need?
I think he said EMP.
EMP,
Yeah, EMP.
One of those PCP grenades you got.
Yeah, I don't have any extra. Only up to.
Aha.
No, I
Okay.
carefully hand one to him.
Okay.
I carefully take it from him.
Give me an acrobatics check. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so-
I'm just gonna assume I have the grenade.
Drag and drop. Hang on.
Oh, hold
Can I
on.
do that? Nice. That should do it.
Hang on. Let me get my. Yeah, let me try that. Let me see if I can do that. I think it's weapons. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like you got it.
Okay, it does look like I got it. Okay. Okay, so, I've got the grenade and I return to the... I go to find the captain.
All right, Ryback, give me a notice roll. So you see that the light pattern on the probes has changed. So previously you remember it flashing kind of red, you know, in like a rhythmic red pulse with like a blue ring. Now the ones that you can see, there's a green, like a steady green, right? And the blue has turned to yellow. And so now it's a yellow, yellow ring, or more of like a, like an orange, I guess. So like a yellowish orange ring. And it seems to be kind of rotating around. So it's like...
Captain, something has changed with the probes.
Swirling anal of death. Alright. It's like a buffering symbol, essentially.
It looks like the Xbox Ring of Death.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
there won't be a threat anymore.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We should shoot them just to be safe. Because I gave away my grenade.
Okay, so was there anything else you guys wanted to do before the first two consoles finish?
I mean, I've done everything I wanted to do, basically, that I can think of.
I had nothing.
Eat? I'd like to eat.
Yeah, no, I mean, while you're waiting, you absolutely can have rations, share rations with those that joined you. Everybody can be rationed up.
Bovine rations for everyone.
I don't know.
I'm gonna drop some of my encumbrance and eat my nutrition bars.
Okay. Okay, other than eating, anything else anybody needs to do?
So, I
Pete?
would,
What am I supposed to,
I'd just tell T-Prom to, like, be ready at that, near the AI door.
I follow orders and head over to the door. I've got the MP grenade, and I'm near the green circle if I need to open the door. And
Okay, so if that's it, then the first two consoles finish, and there's a series of of sounds that you guys hear as the sensor array and the communication system come online, and the voice comes back and says, "Sensors and communications are back online. Propulsion is still down." It says, "Repair first, then reward. Repair first, then reward."
And we're just waiting on all three are fixed now?
Yes, so call me crazy. The last time that this happened, and it was repaired, it immediately took off. So why don't we reroute the propulsion, to my computer and be able to, activate it when... Well, we can't get outside, can we?
No, not yet.
You haven't really tried. So
Well,
I
thought
mean,
the end of last session.
yeah, I
we tried the
mean,
door.
yeah, you guys went to the door and it was jammed, but you would need to try to cut it open. You think that maybe if you got resourceful, you could figure a way to cut it open, but you really didn't pursue that track any further.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember that part, but all 3 systems are repaired now.
No, not
Oh,
propulsion. So right now you have sensors and communications.
Okay. Up and up fine. It's riding enough, whatever.
I could try to repair the propulsions if somebody wants to help me out. Would that be
I thought we
an
had
extra
someone on
plus?
each one of them.
Sorry?
I thought we had someone on each one of them because.
Yeah, we got a couple hours left.
Well, right, but
6 hours, yours was 4 hours, so I got a
Oh,
couple
I see.
more hours before it finishes.
All right.
we got people on the other systems.
I'm gonna tell Smarty to go down and look at the door to see if he can figure out a way to cut it open while we're up here.
Okay. So Smarty will go and try to take a look and see if he can figure out how to get that. So basically he's going to be off the screen because he's going to have to climb down and get to the other side. So I'm just going to go ahead and take him away for now. Okay. Okay. So what else did you guys want to do?
Nothing.
Okay, so if you want to just wait for the so you actually let me I'll have one of you guys do it. So go ahead and roll me a d6. Actually no, roll me a d4 -2. And hold on, and that will be. So if it's greater than 2, the repairs finish. Oh. So there we go. So if it's greater than 2, Smarty cannot find a way to cut the door open before the repairs finish. If it's less than 2, then Smarty finds a way out. Or then Smarty finds a way out.
Oh, it did -2. I have a -2 modifier in there. But, that would have been a 1.
Okay, so he comes back over comms, and he says, Captain Malik, I believe I found a way for us to exit through this hatch. It looks like it should take me about an hour to cut through. Shall I begin?
Sure.
All right.
We got 2 hours to wait.
Yeah, so he'll be done approximately an hour. He'll be done in an hour, and then
Can I work on the propulsions at the same time, or?
Yeah, no. You guys are going to continue to work on the system you're working on, but he's going to try to start cutting through.
Okay.
So he says, "Yes, Captain. Cutting commencing," and and so he goes silent on the radio, and then about 10 minutes into it, the AI comes on. And says, "What are you doing? That door is restricted access. You are not authorized to exit the vessel until repairs are completed. Cutting through the door is a violation of our agreement."
I didn't agree to anything.
He has to pee.
Cutting through the door is a violation of the agreement. If you do not stand down in 10 seconds, then I will be forced to take action. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
I unhook a
5.
grenade.
So you wait. So all right. Tell. Now I'll just pause at 5. Tell me what you guys are doing.
I'll tell him to pause. Smarty to pause.
Okay. So Smarty comes back on the radio. Oh, yes, Captain. Cutting has stopped.
Captain, you're supposed to wait until 1.
I don't know. I'll ask him how far did he get and how much longer will it take, does he think, based on the cutting he's done.
He says, it will take about 50 minutes to finish the cutting. It is slow going, Captain. This is a double insulated door with reinforced Kydex beams. This is quite an impressive structure. And he goes into this whole like rant about the structural, integrity of the ship.
I muted him like 5 minutes ago, and
Captain,
we've been
you
up
there?
here for like 10 hours.
Captain, do you hear me?
So
is this comm link working? Hello, Captain. Oh, okay. Well, I'll stand by then. Thank you.
Like I said, we've been sitting up here for like 9 hours or something like that, 10 hours, so might as well just finish out and see what happens.
Okay, so
Smarty, get back up here.
Okay, so he says, yes, Captain, returning now. All right, so it's going to take him a little while to get back. So, all right.
I don't agree with this, Captain. I don't think we should let some robot control our lives.
So, you want to just start shooting it?
I say, computer. Are you with the collectors?
So Smarty returns. I am not familiar with the collectors that you speak of.
That's just what somebody affiliated with the collectors would say. Wouldn't you agree, Captain?
What was it, vendors?
I am Trasar of the Tigran. I am unfamiliar with the collectors.
Tell me about the Tigrons.
We are an advanced species from what you would refer to as Bravo Sector.
Bravo. Alright. Crew meeting. And I'll pull First Mate Chen and Captain.
Hang on, we all have to huddle up.
Yeah.
Ready, go objects, Captain.
So.
Not you, you're not part of the group.
So we're basically on the edge of fixing all 3 things, and then we get our reward. Do we want to continue this, or start calling up, a possible bluff, or maybe even a full-on attack from this thing?
I've seen robot rewards. He's probably going to take all our blood and replace it with oil. I think he's doing a good thing.
So I'm
Captain,
just asking the crew what they prefer.
I'm concerned about the battery level on the life support units, holding back the possible hazardous organisms. Might it be a tactic that if we're ever going to have to deal with them, we deal with them one at a time, on our terms, in ready mode?
Are you suggesting we just go over there and start shooting the canisters?
Well, I think we try and investigate one, maybe possibly even unlock it before the other one, and they both unlock, because they're going to both run out of power near at the same time. Therefore, we might be dealing with 2. If we initiate, we might have to be able to deal with 1 and know what we're up against. But it's certainly 1 is better than 2.
Kador, what do you say?
You don't think that the ship will immediately turn all of its defenses against us once we start shooting anything?
No.
So if we try not to do this, just we will absolutely be attacked. If we complete these repairs, we might be attacked, but something else might happen. And I don't really want to call their bluff with such obviously spiky probes all around here.
I believe the probes serve the AI, but I believe what's in those containers does not.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, we okay. I see what you mean. We lose the stuff from the container.
And if we
Use it as
have
a
to, we at least look
distraction.
at we take the initiative as opposed to having to react.
Rybax, we'll say you.
If we open several of them at the same time, the animals will also be distracted by each other, and we can concentrate on trying to get the door
That
open.
might be. We don't know what we're releasing. I'd rather we be a step process versus a full-on.
All we have to do is hope that there are more than one hyper-aggressive, super strong guys, because like they'll take each other out. You know, the more chaos we create, the more likely we will be invisible. You know what I mean?
I don't sense that that's gonna go that way, but
Yeah, you can hope in one hand and you can poop in the other and see which one fills up faster.
I just have to roll bennies until I poop.
he's got a lot of hands.
Yeah, that's true. He's got 2 more hands.
Yeah.
Rybax, we'll say you.
My sword is ready, Captain. Just stand behind me.
Okay, but do you want to use the sword before or after?
The sword now.
I am leery of these beings who have captured us against our will.
Yeah. That's where I land on. Well, I'm really going back and forth on this.
Yeah. Beatbox. These aren't organic beings.
Yep.
What do you say?
So I like the idea of us having the initiative, giving us the advantage. I don't like the idea of complete and utter chaos, opening everything all at the same time. I think that's a little bit too dangerous. But systematically doing at least one, I think that could be advantageous for us.
Saying statistically, the more things there are around the ship, the less likely we are the ones to get targeted by the probes and other defenses, giving us more time to cut through the door.
Well, we could always see what the first one entails.
Now, I actually have a question. Where the probes are right now, did you mention they were mounted to like some sort of charging station or something like that? We might even be able to sabotage them or do something. Like, if they're attached to some sort of central station, we might be able to override it, blow them up or something like that.
I don't believe the probes would be a problem for us. I believe what may take place in those containers would be a problem for everyone.
I don't think the containers are part of the defenses. I think they're part of the cargo.
And I believe so. And then the probes would attend to that cargo. Not necessarily as a retaliation to what we're doing, but to what might come from those containers.
Maybe we could just ask, what defenses does this ship feature?
You are not authorized for that information.
Password swordfish?
So as you guys are all there, like huddled up talking, you hear a sound.
Right back. Let's just go.
And the AI comes over the intercom system and says, organic containment failing.
Why don't you have your droids go take care of that thing? Yeah, in that case, let's go and we'll go take one out. Open one up and see what's there. I think that's the... Okay.
Let's do it.
Smarty,
Yes, sir.
you might be the best one to open that container since you're non-biological.
Okay.
I mean, you're clearly superior to us.
I don't know if I believe in your rationale, but if you would like me to, I am happy to assist.
All right, guys, I think we need to take up defensive positions, and ready
No, we need to be trying to open the door if we're letting the animals out, aren't we? Or are we just like opening them up and then trying to shoot them?
Well, I think the idea is to open one up and see what it is, because it's failing regardless, because it's going to take 50 minutes to open up the door.
Oh.
And by that time, I'm assuming, since we just got a warning that the biological things are failing, that they're about to open. So maybe we can get one out, like force one open prior to the other one opening.
Beatbox, you think you'll be finished in about 5 minutes? And then the AI comes on and says, biologic containment failure in 10 minutes.
Bebop should continue working on that
containment?
problem, and I think we should take action as you see fit, Captain.
Ready to break?
Trasar, is there anything we can do to fix containers?
Power must be restored to the organic containers before they fail
And how do we restore the power?
by repairing the power conduits.
Which are where?
They are in the rear of the containers.
Okay.
Oh, it's those three red things?
No, those red things are
Those were the chemicals.
chemicals. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We
there's
couldn't
some
determine what kind they were.
there's some cables that come out of the wall and connect to the back of each container.
Alright. Kadora, go see if you can fix one of the containers.
Sure.
I'll cover you, Kadora.
Try to work as quickly as I can. No.
And I head over to a vantage
Tools
point.
that I have at my disposal. Come on. Something.
Yes, there you go.
All right.
Might take me a while though.
Yeah. So it'll take you about 6 minutes to repair, but you feel confident that you'll be able to repair it.
Alright, so we got 6 minutes, and that'll be repaired. We got 5 minutes for the final thing to be repaired, and 10 minutes before the other containment unit fails.
Alright.
What we're getting at? Do I understand that
Yeah.
correctly?
Yep.
Okay.
So what's the
do that.
priority?
Well, the things will get fixed first, then you'll restore power to that one container. Then we can kind of see at that moment if we get released, cool. If not, then maybe
Okay.
with the one container repaired, we'll only have to deal with one of the units or beast
Yeah.
or whatever. And D-Prom set up for his spot.
Yeah.
So I think that's the plan for now, unless anybody has any objections or concerns.
Okay.
All right.
So all right. So the console repair is going to finish first.
Yep.
So the alarm gets faster. The damage alarm gets more critical. Or not damage alarm. The containment alarm gets more critical. So the propulsion system comes online, and you hear the propulsion system kick on, and the AI comes on and says, "Propulsion restored. Stand by for your reward." And
Gonna
what?
have to take cover.
Well, so as soon as the standby for your reward sounds, we're gonna go ahead and deal initiative because all of these probes are going to activate. So here we go.
Now we're gonna get probed.
Behind me, Captain.
Actually, yeah. So here we go. Let me go ahead and just drag this up to the top here, and then I'm going to deal to all. Bam. Okay. So So it looks like T Prime, you are up at the beginning of the initiative order.
You know what to do.
Okay.
Shoot everything.
All
EMP.
right, here we go. All right, so what do you want to do?
What? No, talking down.
I'm going to press the button on that door that I'm standing next to.
Okay, the door slides open.
Yeah. And I'm going to lob the EMP grenade in. I don't even have to really lob it. I'm going to like just literally throw it into the room there.
Okay. So let me just take a look here.
I'm super jealous.
It couldn't have happened without you, Ghidorah.
I mean, he could have paid for his own grenade.
You know how much encumbrance I had with that grenade?
You owe me $50. That's how much a grenade costs, but you wouldn't know that.
Okay, so you set off the EMP,
Yes, sir.
and the console, the AI, basically you hear it say, "That is unauthorized."
Suck a Trasar.
And then it like you hear kind of a almost a controlled explosion in the room, and all the console, the door console, the iPad goes blank. The screen that you could see on the other side goes blank, but the probes are already activated, so they are going to take off here in a second. But the AI is currently down. Question is, for how long? All right, so anything else you want to do aside from tossing that grenade?
What are my options?
Move. You could take a multi-action penalty, and because so you basically just dropped the grenade in there. So if you wanted to move and shoot, you would do so at a. So you would have to tick that 2 action box at the bottom left, and then you can move and shoot. If you wanted to shoot at one of the probes.
I would like to first move.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to get I have a pace of 6. So let me do that. So I'm going to move back towards the group. Oh, shit. Sorry. So I can go 8, I guess, correct?
Yeah, but if you run, so running would mean if you wanted to shoot, you would be at a -4. So you can move 6 without incurring the additional -2. Bless you.
Okay, so 6 would be my max movement and being able to
your
shoot.
normal move, yes. Well, you'd be able to shoot either way. The question is at a -2 or a -4.
I'm going to move. I would like to move 6.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I get to there. And I'm going to attempt to shoot probe number 4 with my blaster rifle. Let me get the combat. Let me figure this out here. So I've got to roll to hit. Oh, I was supposed to -2.
So go to your sheet, go to the combat tab, and then next to your laser, which one are you using, the SMG or the blaster rifle?
Blaster rifle.
Okay, then.
So I have, because it's the range thing I was worried about. Okay.
Yeah.
do I got to do something there? I dragged the 8 dice, whatever, over.
Okay.
And roll that.
But you didn't have him targeted. So it's going to be a hit anyway, but go ahead and control-click on him to target him.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry. I think I'm targeting him.
So you hit him, because it only
and
takes
now
a
I gotta
4 to
roll
hit.
for the damage?
And then, yes,
Okay,
go ahead and roll.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that's probe 2. And that probe is incapacitated. So you take that probe out. Nice shot, and the lights on the front of it go out. As you notice, that probe seemed to be a little bit damaged in the first place. You think that may have been the Kree probe or the Kra probe, the one that you saw at the village of Kra.
I was MIA there, but yeah, okay. So, and I think that would end all my options for moves or whatever I got, and I think that's all I can do.
All right, so that probe is gone. A pile of scrap metal remains and some oily residue.
Okay. If I have nothing else to do, I will. And you tell me there's no other options.
Yeah.
for me.
No, that's it.
Turn.
That's it.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, so this probe is going to move. So. Okay, so it has a pace of 6. 1. It's gonna move to there. Now it has reach. Its reach is so it has segmented tentacles. So it is going to reach out with its segmented tentacle and try to grab you, T Prime. So here we go. That is a miss. So then probe 3 is here. It's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's going to, let's see, it's gonna use its pace, so it can go 2 more. 1, 2, but it can't attack. Probe 4. 1, 3, 4, 6. It can attack. It's going to try to grab you. Here we go. And that is a miss. And then probe 5. 2.
Wait. Hold on.
Yep.
Hold on. My character's got some skills here on when stuff comes running up. To him, I believe he has first strike.
Nice.
Yeah, and what that is I get a free attack
Okay, so get attack on
after he moves
4.
into reach.
Yeah, so get an attack on number 4. It's the only one that's in reach.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna let me click and target him, which I did. Let me get my combat thingy tab open, and let me level him with my blaster rifle. I'm going to roll to hit.
Yeah, it's close combat range, so that's a
Okay.
miss.
Okay. Okay, that was all. Try it.
Okay.
If you move out of the way, I can throw the other grenade at them.
Is it an EM?
Well,
Is
yeah.
it an EMP?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one here, probe 5, is going to try to grab Captain Wu. And that is a hit, and he's going to do some damage.
Oh.
Okay, Captain Wu is going to take a wound.
Captain Wound.
Captain Wound. So he is shaken with a wound. He is a wild card, so he is not down. But he has taken a wound. And then he is going to be entangled. Sorry, Captain Wu is going to be entangled.
The captain should have stayed behind Ryback's.
Okay, so he is entangled in the in this segmented tentacle. All right, so probe 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's gonna target Janet James and tentacle attack. Oh, that is a hit, and she is shaken. And she is also entangled. Okay, so Janet James and Captain Wu are both entangled by tentacles.
These guys can't do anything.
Smarty is up. Smarty is a lover, not a fighter. But he has a molecular knife, so he's going to come over here and he's going to try to attack this thing with his molecular knife. And that is a miss. Beatbox, you're up.
All right, time to crank on the music. And I'm going to walk.
And let me just, if you don't mind, let me just let the audience know, those who are joining us for the first time or haven't seen. So Beatbox has a special ability where while he's playing music, he inspires the rest of the crew. Okay, they all get a +1 to all of their actions, but he takes a -2 to everything other than healing. Okay, so that's the trade-off that he has. So a +1 to everybody else versus a -2 for him, other than healing. So go ahead, Beatbox. Sorry.
Yep, no worries. And then I'm going to mosey on up to the fight. So do I just do a pace roll?
How far away are you? Okay, so well, no, I mean, so 1, 2. What's your pace?
Pace is 5.
3. So I mean, you can get there without running.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So you only do a pace roll when you want to run.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. In that case, I'm gonna see what I can do to distract this Trasar probe number 6.
So how would you like to distract them? Tell me what you would like to do.
I will.
Show them your yoga positions.
Nope.
So you're going to taunt it, basically?
Yes, I'm going to taunt it.
Okay. So go ahead and make your taunt roll, and then I'll try to resist it with something. He's going to try to resist it with
the fact that he's a robot.
Right.
He's going to try to resist it with his smarts. So here we go. And he's going to fail. So he is going to be distracted.
Yeah.
So that probe is now distracted.
All right. And that's going to be it for me.
Okay, so here we go. Rybax, you're up.
Alrighty. So Rybax wants to do something cool. Okay. So
Rybax wants to do something cool. He's already existing, baby.
So Rybax wants to do a sweep attack and catch the two probes that are beside him, and I think that T Prime would be outside my arc.
Yep.
All right. So I have to take a -2 penalty, but I get to attack them both.
And you get a +1 because the music's pumping.
Yeah, so that would just be a -1 then. So I'm gonna put -1 in my field, and I will, let's see, get my molecular sword out, and first I'll drop it on 3. Oh,
that is a hit.
All right, so should I do my damage next? Or...
Yep. No, go ahead and do your damage.
All right, let's hope I do some damage. Ooh, that's decent.
Okay, that's a wound. So that's enough to take out that probe.
All right. And then I got to do the type -1 again and see if I can get the second one in my big sweep. Oh, yeah, baby. Hit with a raise. And here comes the damage. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, that's another probe biting the dust. He's tearing through them.
All right, and so I think I moved 2, so I'm going to move 2 back to stay in front of my captain.
I'm gonna be moving, so.
Well, I'm there, and that's it. If you could, oh, actually, the end. Oh, there you go. I had the end turn button. Brighton.
So Prighton is next. Prighton is going to move to here. He's going to target this probe. And he is going to attack it with his spear. That is a hit. Prighton doing work. Oh, he is unharmed though. Unfortunately, a spear against the metal hull doesn't do enough damage to get through. That's going to be his turn. Captain Malik, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna do 2 actions. I'm gonna move my 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's see here. Probe 5 is what I'm going to target. I'm going to first try to taunt him, assuming I can taunt him.
Yes, you can.
Okay, so this will be a contested against his
Smarts,
I believe.
Yep.
I have +1.
Yep.
Because. Oh, no, I need. Yeah, +1. The 2 actions will automatically do the -2. Should, right?
Yep.
Alright. That is a 7.
Oh, he resists. He gets a 10.
Okay.
He is unfazed.
Your mother was a toaster.
Yes, she was. A very good one.
And in that case, I'm going to.
That's not true. She
second.
burned one of the slices too much.
I'm going to attempt to distribute him.
To do what?
Probably fail. Distribute him,
Yeah.
which is a miss. So.
Yeah. All right. The AI remains offline. Captain Wu is no longer shaken, but he is entangled, so he is going to try a contested strength to break free, and he gets a 5. The probe gets a 2, so he is no longer entangled. Okay, but that's pretty much all he can do. Oh no, he'll multi-action. Yeah, he's gonna try to attack it because he's gonna take the penalty. But he's gonna use his knife, and that's a miss. Notice something on that roll. That on the probe roll. On his attack roll, he got a gang up bonus because people are around it. Okay, so it takes into consideration the position of your allies, right? So ganging up is a good way to get additional bonuses, right? So you want to try to be in the fight if possible. All right, so that's all he can do. First mate Janet James is no longer shaken. She is, however, entangled. She is going to try to break out. So here's her strength roll is a 3. Probe gets a 2, so she does break free. And then she is going to try to attack it as well with her laser pistol. Here we go. And she hits it at close range. And she does a lot of damage. Oh my goodness. 4 wounds, completely decimates that
I take
tracer
back all the
probe.
mean things I said about her.
All right, there it is. So she blasts this thing. As soon as she gets free, she levels her rifle and blasts into this thing at close range. And that's going to be her turn. Kadura, you're up.
All right. 8 feet for that. I was thought about throwing a grenade, but there aren't too many people clustered there enough for it. Instead, I'm gonna shoot it with my blaster rifle. Oof, that's not too good. But I have a second blaster rifle in my other hand, set of hands, that I'm going to shoot as well. Oh, I should have taken a +1 on that. It still wouldn't have worked, but I'm going to put a +1 on this one anyway. And then blaster rifle it one more time.
That too is a miss.
Ouch. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So you were here. Sorry, you were here. So
Something
1,
like
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ah,
So
even better.
there you go.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay. So
Nobody saw that.
all right. So at this moment, so let's see here. A creature emerges from the second container, the one that was not repaired. It is a menacing looking insectoid creature with a large mouth full of razor sharp teeth and a pair of crab-like claws. It bursts from the container. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on, let me see. It's gonna run because it's got a pace of 10. All right, never mind. 7, 8, 9, 10.
Captain!
And
That's pretty freaky looking.
it is gonna run actually, as it comes towards you, and so it's gonna be able to get right up next to you, and then it's gonna take a multi-action penalty to attack you with the bite and his claws.
Don't worry, this character has a weaker parry, so I'm good.
He's unsuccessful, so the claws swing over, and
Yes.
yeah, that's all he does. So that's his turn. At the top of initiative with a Joker is the Shredder again. So he is going to now attack you again, Captain.
He's invisible on the combat tracker for targeting purposes. Just
Okay, well there's 2 of them. So
there we go.
this one, that one is in there. So make sure you target Shredder 2, not Shredder, but Shredder 2.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, I'll just get rid of Shredder 1 because we fixed his container.
Okay.
Alright, so there's only going to be Shredder 2, because Shredder 1, we fixed his container, so he isn't able to escape. However, Shredder 1 was able to escape. Alright, so Shredder 1 is going to attack Bite and Claws. So he's going to get 3 attacks. Because he's got...
I got this, don't worry about it.
Okay, here we go. Okay. All right, so we got hit, and hit with a raise. Oh man, here comes the damage. 2 wounds to the captain.
Soak it.
Would you like to soak? So I'm applying those wounds right now. Would you like to soak?
Yep. I can't like do it automatically. So what? Do I just do a vigor roll?
Yeah.
Oh, -2 because of the wounds. Does that apply before the soak?
Actually no. So yes, so you managed to soak 1 of the wounds.
Okay.
Because I wasn't supposed to apply it until you had. Okay, so hang on. So let me go ahead and adjust that real quick. So. Okay, so you have 1 wound and you are shaken.
Okay.
Okay, and you can use a Benny to unshake if you want.
Yep.
So there we go. So Prighton is going to continue to attack this probe with his spear.
Is it just 1 damage? Like.
And that's a miss. What do you mean? Is it 1 damage?
1 damage roll because he hit me 3 times. And once with a raise. No, just curious.
Yeah, no, so the way I rolled it incorrectly, so it should only have been 1. So I just rolled the 1.
Okay.
Yeah. So Captain Wu is going to, she's gonna move. She's gonna, actually, hold on. She's gonna get over here and she's gonna target, oh, sorry. No, that's Janet. So he's not going to target that guy. He's going to target this probe again. And he's going to attack it with his knife. And he misses. And then Smarty is going to attack it with his knife. And that's a hit. And here's some damage. And it is unharmed. Captain Malik is automatic spirit roll. You removed your shaken. You are no longer shaken. So you are up.
I wasn't because I burned a biddy on the ship.
You burned the Betty to soak. Did you burn another Benny to unshake?
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right.
See,
No.
I spent 2 biddies up there.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No. For some reason, it didn't remove the shaken.
Well, you can't automatically do it. I just have to drag it over.
I'll have to figure that out. Or just give me a minute. I'll try to figure out how to use a Benny to unshake.
Okay. By the way, so
But go ahead.
Can I step away from him? How does the attack of opportunity kind of work here?
There is no attack of opportunity.
All right, then I'll just step away, right? Because I don't want to shoot in melee, right?
Right.
Penalty for that. All right, and I'm going to try to taunt him. So here's another 2-action turn. So let me put my +1. And let's see. Alright, so there's a 7. Yeah, good enough. Yeah. Back off, lobster face.
Okay, yeah, so he is going to resist with his smarts. Let's see. And he fails. So he is going to be
vulnerable.
Okay. All right. Vulnerable. Okay, Shredder is now vulnerable.
All right, and then now I want to shoot at him.
Okay.
Let's see, am I targeting? Yes, I am. Oh, yeah. Wow, I hit. How the heck was that a hit? Oh, got lots of pluses. All right,
Right.
So here's damage.
All right, he is shaken. And he will remain vulnerable until his next turn. the end of his next turn. All right, so if that's it, go ahead and pass your turn.
Yes, that is it.
All right, Beatbox, what do you want to do?
All right, let's see here. I'm going to run over to Trasar probe number 1. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spaces away. So I'm gonna need to do a pace run on that.
Okay. You can only get 7.
All right. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. And would I still be able to taunt this Trasar probe 1, or
Yes.
is he too far
Yes.
away?
No, you would.
That's exactly what I want to do. And I'm going to try to do the exact same thing I did to the previous Trasar probe. This guy.
All right. Would you like him to be distracted or vulnerable?
Distracted.
Okay, 1 second. That is probe number 1. Okay. Okay, it is distracted.
All right. Oh, and boom.
All right, T Prime, you are up.
Okay. In this range, I'm going to aim. So that
Okay.
gets me a +2.
Yep.
And I'm going to attack the shredder with my blaster rifle.
Okay, make sure you target him.
Yep, that's a good thing. Okay. And get my combat thing over there. Roll on him.
That is a hit with a raise.
Okay. So I'm gonna do the damage now.
Oh, 4 wounds. All right. So let's see. So he is going to. Wait. So hold on.
31.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my head through the door later.
So he is going to.
Die.
We're all gonna die.
All right, I figured out how to use a Benny to soak. So basically, what you do is you drag the Benny up to the like where it is in the combat tracker. So he's unsuccessful in his soak roll. So he is incapacitated. He goes down. That was a hell of a shot.
Thank you.
All right.
That's what I'm here for.
And
Shots.
yeah, so why don't you go ahead and describe it? What does the shot look like?
Well, I used my expert blaster rifle with the scope, and I was able to peen a nice shot for the head wound, and bored a hole right through his head.
All right, so Captain Malik, you see as this thing is like bearing down on you, claws and teeth, you know, you see it lean in and start to hiss, and then all of a sudden just like right out the side, there's just carnage, right, and the thing just falls over. And you look over to T Prime, and he kind of gives you a wink, right, and you know,
It's the new hat.
yeah, no, for sure. Anything else, T Prime?
Can I move, or is that a?
Yeah, you
that
can
a
move.
no-no?
You can move.
I can do up to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going there. And
Okay.
I'm gonna push my end turn button.
Okay. The AI comes over the speaker and says, Now start, start, and it's just struggling to start up, and it is not yet online. So this probe is going to move up and target Beatbox with a tendril, actually with a stun gun attack. Actually, he's gonna be right there. So here's his stun gun.
Wow, they're not even trying to kill us.
That's a miss. That's a miss.
It's a real monster.
And then he'll multi-action. Oh, never mind. No, he will not. So the next probe is going to attack the captain, Captain Wu, and he's going to miss. And first mate James, 1, 2, 3 is going to move up here, and actually she'll stay there, and then she's going to laser pistol, and that's a miss in close combat. Rybax, you're up.
All right, I will. I'm gonna move because my prerogative is always to protect the captains, and I'm gonna attack the probe. Is it still? Do we still have beatbox cranking?
We should.
Yeah. No, he's up.
Oh, I didn't
minus
even get
1,
my bonus for that.
right?
So it's a +1 for you. Well, -1 for what? If you move and shoot, then there's no penalty.
Alright, so
Yeah.
+1. Okay. All right, hold on. Let's see. Plus what? All right. Here comes the big Sard.
Is that what you call your penis?
No.
Also,
All right, hit with a raise. Go ahead, man.
And here we go. The damage. Hey.
All right, he's gonna try to soak that, and he is unsuccessful. So, so go ahead and describe that, Rybax. What? How does that go down?
So I lunge using my greater reach and by my size and the sword, and I just cut the probe in half using my molecular sword. Boom.
All right, and it falls to the ground in pieces. Anything else before you end your turn?
Nope. Methinks that's it.
All right, Kadura, you're up.
All right. There's been a long time between my two moves. So I'm gonna try to shoot this asshole one more time
Do it.
while bobbing to the beat.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. That's something.
That is a hit.
Indeed. I'm gonna do a little damage here, and a little more damage. Oh, you bet.
Oh boy. All right, that probe is gonna try to soak one more time. Let's see what we get. And he is incapacitated. They're not doing so well with the soaking. So go ahead and tell me how it goes down, Kadura.
The probe has this sort of rotation thing that happens every once in a while, and there's maybe a small crack in the chassis or something like that that leads to some pretty important electronic parts of it, and the blaster rifle bolt just hits that with a direct hit that rips the whole thing open, and smoke starts coming out of the hole, and the smell of burned and melted electronics comes into the air again as it clatters to the floor.
All right, and with that, the probes are all down. However, the AI seems to be, getting closer to functional. How did you guys want to address that?
well, I'm very vengeful, and so I am going to, if the door's still open, I'm going to move my 6 diagonally and just start blasting it.
Yeah, the door is still open.
I will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and roll a frag grenade in there. I don't think we need the EMP. Crack.
I could put some rounds in there.
I'm gonna roll damage for it just to see what happens. Oh yeah.
Okay. So
Fragments into a bunch of D6s.
Oh. Oh, oh, oh.
okay, so the AI is shaken but not incapacitated after the blast.
How do you shake an AI? Sorry.
So there's a large explosion, and you know you hear like sparks, like dzz, dzz, dzz. But the panel still seems functional, and it says, "You will never escape here. This place will be your doom."
Like this ship or this planet?
Both.
So, do you want us to use like the combat tracker, like initiative order? Or...
Yeah. So it's still Kadura's turn, but I was just letting you know.
Sorry.
So Kadura, if you're done, go ahead and pass your turn, please.
I'm sorry.
Pass your turn to Ghidorah. Yes, sir.
All right, and you have a Joker.
Bet. I'm gonna just back up a little bit. And, ooh, I didn't know we all get a Betty for that. I'm gonna make this work.
That's right, it's Joker's Wild. It's exciting. So everybody gets a Benny.
I'm not gonna throw the grenade that causes the fire. I think I'm just going to shoot it.
Okay. That is a hit.
Nice.
Ooh,
Oh, beautiful.
nice.
And that's it. And the console
I'm the
goes
greatest.
down.
Yep. And if we're
All
done
right.
with the combat tracker, I'm going to do the same thing in the other room with the 3 control panels and the generator as well.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, we'll go ahead and drop out of initiative. So you guys
Whoa.
you guys spent decimated. So is there anything that you want to collect from here before you make your way out?
Little pieces of technology that I can find that'll help in my own research.
I do.
Anything in this AI that can be used to upgrade our own AI, maybe.
Okay, so some pieces of the AI and some pieces of the probes, maybe?
Yeah.
Like logic boards or, anything.
Sure. Is
Okay.
there like a stack of floppy drives or like a USB drive labeled backup do not take?
Yeah, no, it's got an Iron Mountain sticker on it.
Ah!
Sorry, inside computer
it has
joke.
the phone number for support. It's a little blackened out, but there's enough numbers that you can, figure it out.
I'm gonna check the containers in the northwest corner. I'm sorry, northeast corner, the ones laying on the ground, and see if I can inspect them or notice something, and if how to operate and open them. 1.
Okay, so within, you find, so they're relatively easy to figure out how to open. Okay, so there's like a latch system. They are locked, so I would need a thievery roll to try to get them open, and I'll tell you what's inside.
Well, let me see if I can get that thievery roll. I think Benny wanted them up.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, yeah, you managed to open it. So within, and I'll drop this stuff in. Sorry. Within,
That's okay.
you managed, so you open and you see a few things. So you see total of 4 meta kits. You see a portable static field generator.
Okay.
And you see so 5 containers of some kind of oil. So yeah, so that's what's inside.
All right. And I'd like to try and open the other one, or is that like actually the company? No.
That's what you find between the two.
Okay. I wave over to guys. I got some medic kits here, Captain. Maybe you can, or Daystar. Maybe you can use one of these on the Captain, and some oil for you there too, buddy. And possible portable static field generator, medium, which is used for innate sensitivity. These use the innate sensitivity. Most life on Leviathan has 2 electrical fields to function. This is some grammar, as invisible fencing, while the barriers repel lacerons and most colmata fairly reliably. They have no effect on off-world species beyond a slight tingling sensation when passing through them. Keep them away from Qdora. With permanent, more powerful versions of these field generators, but these models are sized to allow relatively easy transport into the wilderness, while they're most often used to protect temporary campsites. Only an enraged Laceron is likely to attempt to cross a static repeller field barrier, and then only if it succeeds on a spirit roll -2. Each static field generator's battery is sufficient to maintain a field of 16 hours and can be recharged in 5. Use medium burst template. Okay.
All right,
Ryback, would you like that portable static field generator?
The hell is a Laceron and Colomata?
I don't know. But I'm sure Mother does.
Ryback would look at it and figure it out later.
Yeah.
So Smarty gets your message and resumes cutting through the door. So actually, let me go back in. I'm gonna put a couple of things here. I'm also gonna put the
oil. We can repair the Tin Man.
Ooh.
The AI logic board, and then the other item is the tracer probe syntax chip. So those are the things that you. So go ahead and grab those out of the party sheet if you.
You got to put a quantity there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Actually, there you found 6 of those. Okay. So Smarty goes back and after a while manages to cut through the door. I'm gonna step us back to just the chat because we're just wrapped up with the Fantasy Ground screen for tonight. So just transition back to there. There we go. Okay. So you guys you take. Well, do you? So, how do you want to handle Captain Wu and Janet James? They ask if you saw their ship and what condition it was in.
It was slowly reorbiting. We fixed it to not reorbit, but it's still in pretty bad shape.
Yeah, it was in a
spacesuits.
It was in a degrading orbit, so ultimately it would have crashed, but you guys managed to stabilize it.
And I point to Ryback and be like, he fixed it.
Huh, really? The Yeti?
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to say it like that.
Oh well, no. I mean,
Yeah.
it's unusual, right? I mean, they're not necessarily
really.
known for
I
their
employ nothing
technological
but the
prowess.
best.
He's been fixing lots of things.
Interesting. Did you happen to see Great 8?
We did. He's on our ship currently.
Oh, excellent.
He's pretty messed up, but we did procure his body.
When the probe crashed, we couldn't remove him from the debris. So thank you for retrieving him.
Hey, the crew of the Lunar Seas got your back. You know, just remember us. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. We will definitely make a recommendation. With Jump Corp. About your success in this mission. From what I understand, the distant light is beyond repair. We'll need to return with a repair crew. Did you find it to be in the same condition?
It was pretty bad. We got it to. We didn't attempt to repair it. We just attempted to fix the degrading orbit so that it doesn't crash into its planet that we're researching.
Well, you got further than we did.
Researching.
That's appreciated. And Jump Corp tends to frown on crashed ships. So.
Yep. Figured y'all could salvage something as opposed to a total loss.
Right. So, so basically, I'm gonna zoom ahead a little bit. We got about 14 minutes left, right? So basically, you guys return to Luna Bravo Station, okay? And there you meet with Commissioner Jarek, and Commissioner Jarek, brings you in. You guys go through a debriefing, and he, you guys bring the pieces of the probes and the AI with you, and he says he gathers up the syntax chips and the logic boards. Did you not want to share those with him?
I was gonna say, we might want to take a piece of the cutter if T-Prom wants to put his keel up, in the bar next to the tentacle.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no, that's fine. So he scoops up the logic boards or the logic board and the syntax chips, and he says, "I'll be right back." And he's gone for about 5-10 minutes, and he comes back and he says, "I'm between the remnants, the story, and the endorsement, the glowing endorsement from the crew of the Distant Light, I'm going to submit you all for a commendation."
What does that get us?
Well,
Vacation?
Commendations.
yeah, so, obviously better standing within Jump Corp. That crews that have received commendations are often given first crack at, better missions. And so he says the science, the science department is very excited about learning what you've brought back. But you've earned some well-deserved R&R. So why don't you, and he passes across to you each of you a card, and it has $2,500. It has $2,500 on it. So I'm going to go ahead and pass that to you guys. So I went ahead.
Was that easy?
And that, and then from that perspective, he also tells you that you're welcome to make use of any of the station facilities for the time that you're here, but that there's some there's some rumblings about Leviathan, and he says, he may need to get you guys back out there sooner rather than later, because a crew like you is really needed at Leviathan.
Well, we've got that shield generator, so yeah.
Interesting. So, anything you want to ask him, or any questions you guys have?
And who is he?
So he's one of the commissioners. He's one of the people who kind of controls the one of the sectors. So you guys are in the Gamma Quadrant. So he is the Gamma Quadrant commissioner, basically.
We good with our ship, boys?
I'll try to be an aristocrat. Try to network with him a bit and see if I can't get our crew a little extra bonus for the salvaging that we did to prevent the total loss on the ship.
Big ship.
So,
yeah. All right. So
besides that, that's it.
Almost died doing it.
Go ahead and give me a roll.
All right. So this should be a persuasion with a +2.
Oh, persuade.
All right, and
I can re-roll a persuasion. Get one free re-roll with persuasion with charismatic.
It's up to
5
you.
out of 8.
Oh, so you want to keep it or you want to re-roll it?
I don't know. 5 out of 8 is. It's not great, right? Oh, what? Why did I only get a +1? Oh, because I'm wounded. That's why.
Yeah, because you're
I'm
wounded.
assuming I'm gonna fix mine now.
What's that?
I'm gonna do this. I am gonna re-roll it, and it's the same. So,
Okay.
alright, so
He is persuaded. So he says, "You're right." What was I thinking? And he reaches into his drawer and he says, "Here, this should cover your expenses and your inconvenience." And he passes you another $12.50.
Okay.
And your first meal is on me, down at Rosie's Steakhouse.
all right.
Bovine meats on the menu, Captain.
It
No
is.
doubt.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'll probably have to get some of that.
Right away.
All right, and so you guys are going to earn another advance. Yay!
Yay!
So we can stick around and do that. But for those of you that joined us on the stream, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. If you have not already done so, please, it's very important to us. Hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything. It should be the heart up on the top of the screen, and it, like I said, it means the world to us. We're trying really hard to get to 50 followers, and then once we get past, obviously once we get there, sky's the limit. So if you like what we're doing, you want to see more of it, please do hit that follow button. And until next time, this is the crew of the Luna Sea signing off. Good night, guys.
Good night.